His father.
It
Well,
used
no,
to affect-
the grandfather's a.
We were all young once. We
But
were
the
sure.
grandfather is a
But,
break.
you know, it's your
His
choice.
son though has got some serious problems. His wife has left him with this boy.
Uh-huh.
He's been laid off from his job as an electrician. That's the trait I came up with because they're the first ones to get stung in a bad economy.
Right.
Okay. Pissed off at life.
Little
period.
boy is timid and
Yeah,
has dyslexia.
he's got all these other problems,
ADD.
and yet his fucking boy's afraid of the ball.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So this is to me that this was the counterbalance
I'm
between
listening,
about
just putting a lot on.
it's the fear. It's the fear of life has also infected the old man, right? He's afraid to get off his ass and do something. His father tries to talk to him. Son, you can't take it out on your boy. It's not his fault. You know, he's trying to learn, but you got. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. I just love that. Tons of those in Canada. In my mind, that's why I just outside looking in, just an observation here too. That's what I'm seeing. It's not only the boy's fear of the ball. The fear of the ball is also segued into the father's fear of life in order to get out and make his life happen again, right? So the father is just a pissed off, miserable prick, and he's making it worse on the boy because of that. But the father's problem is the same as the boy's.
Yeah.
It's fear of
That
life.
That was a good point.
You know,
So
that's my
Dogwood
thought.
scene
To me,
is
that
inside.
makes the
Yeah.
script, that makes the plot a little
And-
more interesting, right?
Yeah.
But now when
It
I
does.
get into the question, it's not to get into writing. Is I'm trying to get a list of shots. Cinematography is what I got to work on to catch these shots.
Think
I'm
of
just
your,
gonna
put your
have to
producer
start
hat on
writing
too, though,
it
man.
Oh no,
Keep
it's
that on.
always on there.
Okay,
But
keep that on.
Okay, what I loved on this. Oh shit!
What?
Just got
Nailed
attacked
me
by
out
a
of the
beer.
shit.
I love it. You
That
described.
nailed the shit out of
It
it.
really did.
Making
Nailed
through
it.
all
It
that.
really, you saw it,
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
you?
I
Killed by
saw
an
it.
ox
Like
cart.
a res.
Killed by a goddamn ox cart.
Right?
Exactly right.
Okay, you described, Chris, this shot, and I'm gonna not describe the way you did, but I'm gonna abbreviate. You know, I've got a camera scene of a meaty little badass pitcher who's waiting to just kick some ass. I got another shot of a kid.
Gangly little
Yeah,
tooth
and
fuck
I've
that
got
can throw a
and
ball
then
100
the
miles
next
an hour.
shot
Yeah.
Yeah.
is our little star, and he's not crying, but he's a good enough actor.
Scared
You can,
shitless.
but he's hiding it. In other words, he's so good. He can. He's,
Oh,
yeah,
it's right in
all
here.
gonna be in
It's
his
right
eye.
here. It's not. He's not
Yeah,
shaking.
no,
It's right here, right?
No,
in
yeah.
the eye. In the
and
eye.
and he's also, by the way, I may have found the guy. This kid is 11 with red hair and freckles, and he is just old enough. But if we don't get to him this year, he'll be too old.
Right,
And yet
right.
he's got real intelligent parents, and that is in him.
Right.
Because he's never going to know how to act, but what he will have is enough intelligence to get what it is he's being directed to do. Okay, and then the next, here he is, and then the shot I would pay $5,000 just to have someone else shoot it because that ball
Yeah.
coming that everybody and then you said, and it was the dominoes. What was the word?
Huh?
What was the word?
Oh, shoot the moon.
Shoot the moon.
Shoot the moon.
I haven't heard that since the ranch.
Oh, here comes the
We
ball
do
in
that
slow
all the
motion.
time.
No, I know, but I mean, I haven't played dominoes since
Yeah.
I was a kid. at
Here comes the
ranch.
ball in slow motion.
The
His
scene-
eye is just.
The scene
Yeah.
is called "Shoot the Moon."
Yeah, shoot the moon.
And that's what I've been up for.
And
It's going, oh,
when it looks like the
scene.
balls are right ready to smack him in
Yeah.
the face, bang, cut
First
immediately to shoot the moon. And Granddad, of course, always winning the domino.
Shoot the moon.
You know.
Okay, what I also see, and again, I'll get out of this because I need y'all to write it. I just want to get a little cinematography.
No, man,
on
every
this.
idea is great.
In the
He's got the
Dogwood-
story. It's in his.
I know.
He's
The
got
Dogwoods,
it. It's there.
the blooming Dogwoods is going to happen. We're going to get the right grandmother, and then, but somewhere right before that, he's got to hit that ball. You see what happens at the end? We don't get that scene finished till the end.
Oh, I agree.
And the crack of the ball,
I agree.
and that's when it's boom. It's somehow going to cut.
Jim,
to
did
grandma.
you have plans in the story for the old man to get hurt on the job somewhere? Wasn't it? What was that? I know the grandfather was
No,
supposed to
the
die,
father-
but was the father going to get
The,
hurt?
the father was going to have cancer, but we didn't have to be that extreme. The whole point is I wanted little boy was finally going to have this big moment. Grandpa's dead, and Dad ain't going to be there either. And Dad was harassing Grandpa during all this training and all that. Hey, you're wasting your time. That kid doesn't have it. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so finally in recognition that Dad, God dang, I got to be there for that moment. He gets out of the hospital bed somehow.
We talked about that, yeah.
Somehow he gets
We just
out.
put him in a car wreck.
Whatever, it could be anything.
Getting hurt on the job.
Okay.
He finally gets a job back and gets hurt.
That's a good idea, man.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking from a working
Yeah,
man's
yeah,
perspective,
no.
this whole thing.
Yeah, well,
So-
it's cheaper
so-
to have him hurt on a job than wreck your car.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so
There's
it
a
all
And
producer
so
fits in.
he's
side.
boiling in the hospital.
Alright.
I thought, can I interject just for a second? He's boiling in the hospital because he can't be at the game. He's pulls him out.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden, the
That's
nurse
exactly
is
what
going,
I
what
meant.
happened, what happened to
There's
Mr.
9 movies
What happened to
like that
Mr.
scene.
Brown? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, of course, at the end of the scene, you know, and I had said this
He's
to James
filming a
before.
ride to get to the ballpark.
Yeah, he's
whatever.
bummed a ride. He's got to the ballpark. Now his son's up there trying, and he's on crutches, you know, and he is so excited after he clips the first foul. He's running down the first base line, and he falls flat on his ass.
There you go.
You know, and people are picking him up, and he's so excited and so incensed by it. And his boy turns around and sees who that was falling. It's his dad.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's got this little bit more of courage, you know. And then maybe the next
But he
pitch it
swallows.
fouls off. I don't know. But he finally hits a Texas leaguer. Not over the fence, but they bumble it. And the whole time he's running around the bases, this poor old man is running back and forth on crutches, trying to get, he's screaming, yelling the whole time. Some guy tries to grab him and shoves him off. You know what I mean? And you know, and finally, when the boy rounds home, he runs up and he grabs his father. You know, and he goes, Dad, I'm not afraid of the ball anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid. He goes, neither am I, son. Neither am I. And then we go to the grandmother show. That was my thought.
I know. That was what I envisioned because he and I already talked about it years ago. But he did a good job of embellishing it. I'm not,
That was-
I'm
yeah,
not gonna
I
let you
know.
steal my idea.
This is I know. I'm just an addition. I'm just
If I want to burn calories,
I'm a detail guy. That's all. It's like you build a car, I polish it. That's,
I love it.
but does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes killer
Because
sense.
the old man
Stops me in my tracks.
He's finally,
He's gotten
he's gotten over his fear too
Fuck yeah.
of life.
Fuck yeah.
You know,
I'm all over it. I'm gonna have to find a Jewish executive producer.
we may have to, man. So I'm like, all right, kid, come here.
Come here.
Come here.
You're out of this picture. I'm taking over.
Get this picture here.
I cut him a check. You're gone. Out
Get
of
this
here.
picture here.
Johnny
Boy.
Fontaine never gets that picture.
Johnny Fontaine never gets.
Johnny Fontaine
They never gets that movie.
picture. Let me tell you why.
He did too, didn't he? No, it wasn't all dollar and cents. She was
young.
beautiful. She was young. She was the greatest piece of ass I ever had.
I haven't heard it in 10 years.
Now you get the
Oh,
hell out of here.
He's done this line 25 times in my life, but I haven't heard it in 10 goddamn years, man. Oh my God.
He did that little Yiddish
Oh.
thing. She was young. She was beautiful.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
I had them all. Now you get your good
Johnny
German.
Fontaine left
whatever.
Yeah, get
We
you.
called him all kinds of
What did Robert Duvall say?
Oh God, it
He
was
goes,
the best. Yeah.
He goes, Mr. Corleone never turns out favor when he proves his first. You understand? You gotta understand. That's where he put his silver.
I ain't no
Everything
Bailey.
else, that's where he got
I ain't no
pissed off.
Bailey
You
to
understand?
Yeah.
I ain't no
yeah.
Bailey to hear.
So Johnny Fontaine comes along with his olive oil charm. And
No,
the
his
olive oil
olive oil
voice
skin
and getting
and his getting
charm.
charm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting charm. And she throws it all away to make me look ridiculous.
And I am not a man who
And to
can
make
be
me
made
look ridiculous. Now you get the hell out of here.
I'm gonna have to rent the movie
my
for you,
giddy
baby.
Mick German friend. Call him something.
Oh yeah.
My Irish.
Mick friend.
Yeah.
First thing he did was assault him racially.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right out of the box, man.
Guinea's not gonna come in here.
Tom and I
messing you
watched
around.
that over and
What's
over
the
those
name of the
scenes.
Godfather.
Oh,
Oh
well,
my
I've seen it,
God.
but we gotta watch
Good.
it again, I
Oh
guess.
my God.
Well, let me tell you something, my crop Mick friend.
Yeah, my crop Mick
This is what led up to the horse scene.
I make so much trouble for you. You
Well,
ain't.
we just-
Godfather had to send a message back.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh,
My crop Mick friend.
it just brings back.
You get the hell out of here.
Oh. God.
I want to make sure these
Are you
ideas.
gonna get some Roy Master sensibilities in this writing dialogue?
You already know it.
I'm counting on it. We get some real message in there. So
Yeah, and after that scene, man, cut to the grandmother walking out and seeing the dandelion bloom, and that would be a beautiful ending, I think. I mean, the dogwood blooming.
But
that would be
I do want tearjerker drama.
Why
kind of-
not?
Yeah.
That's what sells.
I mean, I want John
It's in the
Boyd
story.
Champ, and I want Field of Dreams. You know,
Gentlemen, this movie
Okay.
could not only get
Well,
mainstream,
okay,
it could
let me
also
do
be.
this for a
that makes
second.
money
I
and
want
it
to
endures.
go to a different topic just for a moment, and then we'll get into back in the story. Casting is on my mind.
Yep.
You're gonna think I'm nuts, but I swear to God, the guy who I think is the grandfather, James Brains. Remember, I got to find people that are willing to do something creative for nothing, and have intelligence and you don't know.
I don't think it's crazy at all.
I
But
think.
my dad's so aggressive.
That's
what-
it.
No, but that's
That was the problem.
Well,
Well, no, but it's-
remember,
it's-
He
I-
is this guy.
but is it
your
the
dad is an
And
grandfather?
my grandfather really was like the grandfather in this movie.
Oh, I see.
Totally.
The one who was the judge. Yeah.
Totally.
Where your dad's a little
Well,
more.
and I mean, I can appreciate that your mind's a different person. I'm just saying, from the outside looking in, what I also saw in this grandfather was that he had all the reason he understands how to help son and grandson, is that he's grown out of all the things that just.
Because he was that guy
He
too.
was that.
I get it. I know
and,
what you mean.
and so.
That makes sense.
But the other thing, and this is the part that's going to go even more crazier. I thought, oh God, they're going to freak when I go, James Brain Sr. To me, if I were casting tomorrow and had those certain issues, which is, I'm not going to get actors. I really am not sure I want actors. Some in the
Right.
casting call, but the father, right there.
Well, my dad
hey,
had a
you didn't
way
hear me.
with the special education kids. It was unbelievable. He could take these kids that they would have been called autistic and all kinds of crap nowadays.
If we could get him over to be
He
a
could
camera
take
shot,
those
he'd be
kids
unbelievable.
and teach them how to add
You
some
turn it
drama.
on, they get
Unbelievable.
over it. They forget it's in the room.
So he
He'd
does
be
have it in
unbelievable.
him.
Now,
Your old
the
man would
dad,
be unbelievable. He really would.
James,
He really would. He'd be
You know
unbelievable.
who I'd like to cast for the father?
Oh my God! Am I that rash?
Well, no. The relationship of you and your dad is to me, again, obviously, if I just write checks, you go hire actors, but I think you get acting. And I've paid attention, like you have, to others that have done this. Is
Right.
you turn the camera on, guess what? It's on.
Oh yeah.
We don't remember. It goes away, and that's all you do. Frankly, what a lot of directors are doing, they just turn the fucking thing on, and wait till you're over the fact that it's on.
Physically speaking, Weston can cast it as
Oh,
a
this
son.
is where it gets
Physically,
better.
I'm just
I
realizing
meant to
that.
pull up this
It's
picture.
got to be a guy that's pull off a working man's role.
Listen,
Not
we
not
may turn
not
on
not, not,
camera.
not any to our buddy, but
Believe me, he
No.
can.
you know.
He can't. But the other side of it is, we may turn on a camera and go, it ain't working. That's
It's the
part
way
of
it is. I know.
You know,
People eat
it-
the
it-
camera. They
we
don't.
look at
Yeah,
the
they.
news and go, it ain't working.
The camera's an
And
amazing
fix
thing.
that.
Yeah.
But we'll know most of that real quick in this story. But I really do, in terms of casting, I see your dad and you. It's the easiest. If that goes as I think it will go, that is two of the most important relationships, and they're already there. The intelligence, frankly, is there, and the kid that I'm working on. Once the screenplay's done, I'm handing his parents a copy of it. They're going to understand this is serious.
Right.
Now, if I don't get to him in the next, 3-4 months, he literally is going to outgrow the age. He's perfect right now
He
because
is.
he is ideal to shoot visually. He is his son all day long.
That's great.
And yet, when you meet his parents or know them, his parents, they're that intelligent. You know that's in him,
And
that
physically,
intelligence
he has
will make up for any
facial
acting issues.
that you have. Like,
Oh.
it's believable that
Oh,
way,
it's
too.
so could
Just
be
so happens.
your son.
But
all day
he's
long.
also
That's a
very
hell of an
By the
idea,
way,
Tom. I think it's.
He is
You pull it off.
cute as fuck.
He's smart.
He is smart,
Smarter than shit.
and he's all boy,
So, yeah.
very photographic. I mean, who would it's a red-haired freckled kid, but yet good looking, and yet
Really would be a good match.
he's just at that age where last year he was too skinny. He was a boy. And this year he's a boy who would want to pick up a bag.
Well, our good buddy here
Preteen.
could sure bring the disassociated rage to the.
Yes.
I'm seriously.
No.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
You know, and if it camera goes on and it doesn't work, we'll know quickly and we move on. Adapt.
Chris, I'm a method actor in the tradition of Sean Penn. What was the guy? Eli Kazan? What was his name? What was that trainer?
The method actor. Oh, Lee Strasberg.
Yeah, Lee Strasberg.
Okay, so because the dad
Method
is
acting.
divorced,
I love it.
we don't need a mom. She could be someone who dropped the boy off for the weekend.
No,
Exactly.
She left him. She left him, and that's why I'm saying this. Why? That's another reason he's pissed off.
okay.
He's left with this boy.
Yeah.
He's
okay.
got no wife.
Okay.
He's got no
Well,
job.
I'm just trying to eliminate some
Yeah,
cast.
yeah. He's got no
I
job
don't-
because the
you know.
economy's so shit. You know, the economy's shit. His job is, he's having to take little jobs here and there, and that's how he gets hurt because he's taking an electrical job he wouldn't normally take.
Mm-hmm.
And he falls off a scaffold and gets hurt. Okay.
I like that.
Breaks his hip
Oh,
or breaks a
Okay.
leg,
That-
whatever.
that
Nothing
way-
serious.
That
but-
way, I'm not making it obvious to my dad. This is you.
yeah. Well,
Family
You
therapy.
don't get it.
Here's the
Listen,
hero of the
You know, we're
story.
talking now, but you don't know, man. This could be. I mean, you could really pull this role
My
off.
dad
if you-
made me quit. He made me quit. He made me fold up my uniform, put the team picture
Oh
on
man,
top of
that's
the
too.
uniform,
That's close to
and
home.
stick it on the porch of the
Ooh.
coach at 10 o'clock at night and leave it there.
Yeah, wait a
Wow.
minute. You mean
He
that
said I
might,
was never going to be as good as the other boys and I was wasting my time.
Oh, bless
You,
you.
you want to know how much is in there?
Oh, bless
I've
you.
never told you that.
I didn't know that.
Oh God, man! My
So-
dad
so
just
is that-
was
See, part of
horrible.
why I
He
could-
was horrible,
I
man.
know, but part of why
That's
You know
why
what?
I'm writing this story.
I understand, and
So
but
it's a
why
good-
I can
it's a
feel
good
like I
thing?
can cast him is that I know your father
Yeah,
from the
okay.
outside
Well,
looking
hopefully.
in, and it's another view that the camera's going to get. That
He
we'll
wouldn't
never
have to
know
do anything
inside.
but be himself, really.
Oh, that's the beauty of this whole idea. Let's
He
face it. I am looking for some free casts. that
Read a
will put
few
some heart in
lines
it.
and. God, my God, your dad was a teacher for all those years.
So
That's,
we need
there's
to-
a lot of acting and teaching.
we need
I mean,
to
there
cast-
is.
The
gotta-
grandmother,
You know?
other key people in this: the grandmother and the boy. Who else?
The grandmother is just your
Talk about main
typical,
characters.
traditional, good-hearted, low-key grandmother
It's a
that,
gingham
that believes
paper.
in the legend and believes in hope and
Right.
faith and all that, like grandmothers are supposed to be. I mean, that's all she needs to do is
Okay.
just be a traditional, loving grandmother. So
And
all these strong-headed
So,
men.
How old
grandfather's
is
name
everybody?
is Pa, is Opa. What
Well,
is
I think we could use
Names are not important right now,
No,
I
they're
think, as
not.
much as
My
character
grandfather
development.
was very old, but he lived to be like 97, so it worked. But I would say the boy was like maybe 9 or 10.
in this case, he's 11.
All right,
Yeah, he
and
can play a 10-year-old.
the father would be about 25 years older in this particular thing.
Give me
'Cause
30.
we want him to still
Give
be
me 30,
kind of
because
young and
you ain't going to be able to
rash.
play
You're
a
still young and
25-year-old.
rash in your mid-30s. You know, if you didn't grow
Remember,
up.
I didn't get married till I was in my mid-30s, and my first boy didn't happen until I was 38. It's not
Right.
hard to make somebody older now. It's
Well,
not.
It's not,
okay,
but
bottom
Catherine
line
wanted
is,
some ages.
The
I'm
main
talking about-
characters in this are three people.
Right.
That's about all the casting I need to worry about today.
Right.
Everything else is grandma, and then incidental secondary characters to adapt for other scenes.
Now, I'm just going to throw this out. I mean, with no, with this, it was an idea. I pitched it to James earlier. You guys can, whatever. I thought maybe a couple of more characters in the story, only to flesh it out as a little more of a,
I want to keep my head in the game.
only as a way to flesh out the family a little more, especially if they're playing dominoes. I thought of a sister to the father and her Mexican boyfriend, who is actually very successful in the construction business, which is pretty standard for part here in Texas.
And I told him I hated the idea when he pitched it to me.
Why is it coming up?
I don't like it.
I came up with it just for thought. I'm not
Still
stuck.
like
Oh, you know what? To me, here's what I was thinking. Okay, shoot the moon. Oh, Daddy, you're always winning. That's the daughter, right? And she's there with Armando, the Mexican boyfriend, right?
Right.
And of course the old woman, the grandma. She's like always, Daddy, you're always smarter than the rest of us. Yeah, well, I guess I wasn't smart to keep you away from this damn wetback, was I?
Oh.
And then,
I don't want that.
and then
I don't want
and then
that.
Armando go, hey viejo, this
No.
Mohel made $100 grand last year in the concrete business, you know. Yeah, we're cheering, that sort of thing. Just thought.
Yeah.
It's all
No,
thought.
I don't.
Catherine, you do know I'm half Mexican. Maybe you don't even know that.
No, I
I am.
You see, that's
I hate
another
that
that's
idea.
another reason I thought about it.
You'd never know that.
Well,
And it's
he
Texas.
He can
I mean,
remind
we-
his
if we
he
don't-
can remind his father that hey, we're half Mexican, Dad.
I mean,
There's
half.
It's a
cover.
thought. All I'm thinking of,
I'm
it's
not
a,
writing it.
it's
I
a
get it.
plot.
Are you
It's
really
a
half?
it's
Yeah.
a plot additive.
Oh, I know.
Only to give
I get
at
it.
more avenues for the main characters to glide around, right? You know,
Yeah.
this is a good guy. He's good. He's a good. They're gonna get married soon. That sort
Oh,
of thing.
yeah.
I had a
so in this-
way better vision for the Dominoes. When I originally,
By the way, shoot the moon is victory, right?
yeah,
yeah,
okay, that's it.
to shoot the moon, that means everyone just lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember.
That's it.
But I was a
Victory.
kid,
Boom.
literally.
And
at
Dad,
the
you're
ranch.
always winning. Dad, you were always smarter than us. And that's
I
when
still
I came.
wanna
That's
see
when I
that.
thought out that line.
I wish we
for
could
the
shoot
for
that
the
scene at
angle
our old
for the
ranch.
angle that really doesn't have anything to do with the family that much. I had Chris Christopherson in the grandfather's role.
That makes sense.
And I wanted his buddies to be over there playing dominoes, and his buddies would have been Willie and Joe
Oh.
Ely.
Hey, how about
Oh.
that dude that was on Walker, Texas
Oh.
Ranger? It was
I
roommates
like
for your
that.
dad.
In
Is
other
he
words,
still alive?
You cover,
I know you're talking
you
about.
build a whole
Is he
lot of
still
plot
alive?
in a scene without the specific actors in it.
But I wanted grandfather, actually, who had his rugged kind of half hippie, half badass kind of side. And there Willie and Jerry Jeff Walker are playing dominoes, and they're
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was my idea.
That's
No,
I don't think it's
but
a
you
bad
could
idea
even
at all.
have the
I
son
like
in
that way better than the Mexican.
You could have the son in that scene, and you can have grandson in the place, kind of with his ear burning.
Can I explain to you why I thought about the Mexican? I'll tell you what. It's just a point of tension, another point of tension for the father.
Oh,
Because
agreed.
here he's unemployed, and yet here's this Mexican guy that's going to marry my sister, and this son of a bitch is making it in concrete. You know, another reason to be
man,
pissed
you're
off,
winning
right?
me over. You're winning
It's
me
just a
over.
thought. It's
Don't
just
work it out.
You're slowly winning me over on that. Because I'm thinking
Think about it. Just think.
It so fits into that guy's character.
that's what I'm
You're right
thinking.
about that.
And the cover might be too to mention
winning
that
me over.
y'all are half.
But
Mexican.
he's a good man. He's a hard-working son of a bitch. He's a good man, and it was all playful between him and the grandfather. He just, it's just that sort of thing, right? But he's a hard-working, good man. He's going to marry the daughter.
But it's
yet
kinda-
it really makes
You don't think you're being subliminally affected by that Robert L. King song, Gringo, the Christmas?
I don't really.
You
know.
don't know
I
that
never
song
was a
about
King. I was
Robert
never.
L. Christmas?
I was
love
never a
those
King.
things.
The Robert L. King
Yeah,
about
yeah.
we're having a.
He knows it.
Yeah.
I don't.
What's that something Christmas? What's the
The
Christmas?
Christmas song. That's what
All
it's
right,
called.
and-
Oh yeah, and there's a
talk about-
brother-in-law
Yeah.
that's a Mexican.
Yeah,
or something,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
You don't think you're picking up on
He
that?
sang Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, there you go.
If it ain't no copyright issue. That's for sure. That's all I'm. But well, it's Texas, man. I mean, we're married. We marry each other. It's the way it
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah. Well, the cover for the whole line is when he points out, "Hey, Grandpa, we're half Mexican." Whatever. But I
I would rather
appreciate.
stay on my white side for this movie.
Well, that's why I was thinking
Well,
because
y'all work out.
I wasn't
But
smart enough
you
to
were
get away
talking
from this
about
wetback.
Grandpa is in this game with mostly his old rugged buddies, and I think you could throw Son in there to build plot, to build texture.
There's a lot of offshoots.
I was thinking the son was coming home with the boy right after the game. And that's right after they shoot them in. They're all talking about a lot, and all of a sudden the
They
son
come
comes in
walking
with the
in.
boy, and the boy's
Yeah.
all dejected.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey there, Jody, how'd you do, man?
Yeah.
The grandfather, he didn't say anything. Well,
He's
he just
afraid of the
still
ball.
afraid of the ball.
Yeah.
See, being a
Oh,
dick,
that's how the
right?
brands talk to
Totally
each
how
other.
it
See, being a
was.
dick, right?
That's so how the brands talk to each other.
Still
Before-
afraid of the
Why do
ball.
you think I wanted to do the casting?
I know,
this
I
way?
know, I know.
Who else am I going to try to explain to them? You don't understand how brands.
Well, he
see
can
or
do
what
it, that's
said
what I'm
that.
saying.
He's afraid of the ball, my God. But I was trying to explain to her.
Jim's afraid of the ball because
Yeah.
he's not an athlete.
That's right. That's right. But, but see, I told you.
With all my very athletic cousins who knocked it out of the
Yeah.
park that day, all sitting around.
I would explain to her
That's how it went
your
down.
dad, your sister your family doing impressions of your father getting on.
And the irony
I
is,
can particularly relate to that because I'm a total athletic family. Total
And a dad who could
and
get
a dad who-
loud and in your face
Oh,
and
man.
said what he thought.
you know.
And you
well,
know,
I turned out being
Dry
very
drop.
athletic.
Jim, you and Chris were eating my ice cream last night.
Was it,
I mean, I can hit the ball so good. I had a
You
guy
and-
come up and ask me if I played for the San Antonio.
Chris, you and Jethro got in my
But
ice
let
cream.
me tell you something.
But
Did
it
you
didn't
get
happen
that
then,
shit
it
on
would've
on
been.
footage?
Yeah.
That was a very late boom.
People will not know. They won't
Guy, you
understand.
wanna do
That's
this
not
movie?
acting.
What?
That's what I want on
I know,
camera.
I know.
Therapy shit.
I can't
What
because
are you doing getting into my
you'd
ice
have to
cream?
hire
My ice
a real
cream? Getting into
pro.
my ice cream. Getting into my ice cream.
Yeah.
It's true, Tom.
You'd have to pay a pro.
My
Yeah,
dad's
going
going
to
to
explain to them.
me
And after me,
reads the
Mr.
screenplay.
Senior.
But like you said, it's all how the.
I don't know. Might be
It's
all
all on
good.
photographs,
Hopefully.
right?
That's what
It's-
that what
That's
we'll hope for.
terrifying. and
I just read
wonderful.
Robert Mitchum's autobiography, and talk about the most anti-actor ever. He did not give a shit about
Yeah.
anything, but
Oh,
the
yeah.
camera just freaking
They just-
loved the guy. I mean, when they put a
Oh, yeah.
camera on the guy, it's like,
Yeah.
well, let me tell you something, counselor.
Yeah.
It's, and that's how he got through all that Hollywood. I mean, he didn't even try.
Who's the old lady did on Golden Pond?
Katharine
Oh.
Hepburn.
Okay. They did a little thing on Sunday morning today with Jason Bateman, who's kind of had a resurgence of his career,
Mm-hmm.
and he's talking about how neat it was to get to meet her and have her talk to him. And he said the sad part was all she ever did for me was walked up to me and said, "Please turn off the acting, just say the lines." And he's like, that moment changed my career. You know, one of those deals. Stop fucking acting. You know, and I'm
Very
like,
true.
oh yeah.
Yeah, very,
You know,
very true.
You
man.
and Senior, might be the most brilliant casting I ever did in my life.
Very true.
Since I can't afford a professional caster. Crack.
What was that Eugene O'Neill play that I know everybody here knows about? Where there was a lot of alcoholism in the family.
Oh.
Oh, hold on.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Who was the main actor?
Long Day's Journey in the Night. Wasn't that it?
I don't remember.
I think that was it.
But it's a great,
That's it.
the best showing it that I ever saw. Literally was the Texas State drama
There's
thing.
been a
Yeah,
lot of
it
it
those.
was Long Day's Journey
They
in the Night. I think that
knocked
was
it
it.
out of the park, man.
It's wicked story,
It's
man.
Great. The guy that had the lead role, God was he talented. But
Well,
anyway,
it would be easy to say then we know the father is a pissed off son of a bitch, right? He's just pissed off at life in general.
Oh, we know this.
Yeah, he's
Half
pissed
the
off.
story we already
Son-
know.
and
yeah, we
on
already
top
got
of
the
that,
whole
his
thing
son is
done.
afraid of the
Got
ball.
Tie the lines together, which is the fun part.
Well,
Well,
should we call out a list of scenes?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've got 1 and 5. The beginning.
Well,
little boy.
do we
that's
agree
what
that the
we're helping.
ending should be a culmination of
The
the
first scene,
boy
and
hitting the
grandma
ball, the
on
father
dog.
being there to see it, falling.
Dogwoods bloom.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the arrow.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, and then with the
Okay,
with the,
let's get out
with the
of-
cutaway shot to the grandmother
Yeah.
looking at the dog with
We've got
blooming
that.
and with a tear in her
Okay,
eye,
so
right?
yeah, so we've got the domino game, which has got to be written.
Okay.
I love the idea, frankly, of you and son walking in because Grandpa's had the great game, just won, you just kicked for the last. I don't know, wherever you go with that. What's the next thing after that?
Well, it's easy. It's easy. Because Dad makes an ass out of himself in front of the whole family because he can't control himself and doesn't care. He's just going to run over everybody with his machismo
Exactly.
energy. Anyway.
Exactly.
So Grandpa goes upstairs,
With the boy sulking.
of course. What's this about you being afraid of the ball? You tell me why you're not
Okay,
afraid of anything.
so
You
it's
tell me
Grandpa
why.
and
So Grandpa starts out consoling, but Grandpa's got way more on his mind than that. But the first thing is just the grandfather
Building
reaching out a
characters.
grandfatherly way to his grandson.
Yeah.
And this never happened. It would have been great if it did.
Yeah.
But you're not afraid of the ball. I know you're not afraid of anything. Blah blah blah. Whatever it would do. Blah blah blah
Okay.
blah blah blah.
Right.
Okay. He says, we got to have a couple of more episodes where this happens again. He needs to be scared of the ball again.
Well, okay.
First, Dad is going to try to fix the problem.
Well,
And he's a disaster.
Overdo it, yeah,
Disaster.
because that really happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
To build characters, like we've all seen in every movie, the first 15 minutes is, who the fuck are these people?
Right.
So I'm cool with mixing in a scene with grandson, but I think mixed in there, maybe in a separate room or separate location, is we got to build the character of
Grandpa and the father.
No.
Oh, you
father.
are? He is. He's
His
gonna
miserable,
drag him in there and embarrass the shit out of the kid.
Okay,
right
but
in
I
front of
still want to
everybody.
build it a little more.
Go through the domino game.
Well, I think Tom is on the right track, though, James.
I'm with him. I'm with him.
He may be on a phone in a bedroom talking to his ex, and
That's good,
complaining and venting and
And then all of a
About
sudden, he
all-
looks behind, and the grandfather's been overhearing everything he said. He's standing there in the doorway.
we can go anywhere you want with this, but you see what I'm saying? We're building characters.
Yeah.
And first,
Like
remember,
boy,
this thing is
watch.
about is literally either somewhere between 70 and 90 minutes long, and that's what I'm looking for now. Is the
Agreed.
middle.
Agreed.
Throw away that good idea. So Grandpa overhears kind of eavesdropping. He doesn't go in and confront him. He hears what all the dad says, then goes in to see the
He's
boy.
walking
Exactly.
down the hall.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
He's walking
Exactly.
down the hall, the
Okay.
door's closed, he can
Okay.
hear his son bitching at his ex.
Alright.
He knows who he's talking
And
the
son
to.
is
little
sitting here
boy's hearing all that
bitterly
too.
drinking a beer, watching nonsense on television while he's talking on the,
Yeah.
just bitter as
I love
shit,
it.
angry
love
as the fucking world, right?
And Grandpa
And-
just keeps walking, goes to the end room, walks in to see
It's just,
grandson.
Son, look, I can't tell you what to do. I know it's tough on you right now,
Dad, son, enter.
but maybe be a little less hard on the boy, It ain't helping him any doing what you're doing. But I ain't telling you what to do. You got your own, you got your own thing to do. And then he could just walk. So the grandfather is like this effervescent, wandering spirit of logic and knowledge, right? And of heart, right? But he can't get through to his son because he's such a hard-hearted, pissed-off man. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole
See,
point
and we can
is,
both. You and I both have the
it's
experience.
overcoming
You,
the rage.
Oh,
That's the whole point.
I know.
You
I knew
know,
it was there.
I
just
grew
had
up
to
with just as
confirm.
much of a son of a bitch.
Grandfather-
Remember, guys, I had to go get a haircut every 2 weeks until I was almost 18.
That'll get you married quick.
It was good for you. God damn it, them hippies is
You
real
ever,
America.
Why do you think it goes on now? Why do you think?
You're making them get their haircut every 2 weeks?
No, why do you think this goes on still now? It's rebellion, man.
Because you
Pure
like
and
to be
simple.
known as
We're
a
all
hip
trapped
music kind
in
of
our
guy.
resentment.
You are trapped in your resentment to your father. That is your problem, young man.
Thank God he wasn't Freud. I did never want to fuck my mother, I promise you.
Grandfather comes upstairs and consoles.
Yeah, it's Grandpa is heading to visit son and console, and then it's son on the phone revealing his problems
Yeah.
in his own life.
Bitching
we
at
have
his
to
ex-wife,
build
you ain't
that
here. What the hell do
story.
you care? You ain't here.
Yeah.
All you care about is gallivanting around with your new boyfriend.
Yeah.
What do you care?
Yeah.
Right? That's what,
Yeah, I mean, we're turning my dad into this sort of blue collar.
No, that's not your dad.
That's
That's
you.
you. The son is in a
The son's
room.
his son talking
on
to
the
his
phone.
ex-wife on
I
the phone
know,
when
I
the
know.
grandfather's
And what
listening.
he's-
And the
But
grandfather's sitting
guess
there
what?
listening.
You know why he called her? Because he needs her child support check.
Here's what
He's got
sucks.
no money.
My dad was this
Oh,
way.
did you just hear Tom's...
What? He needs his check.
He needs his check. Why is the child support late? 'Cause
He needs her
she owes him
money.
child support.
He
has
needs
got
some
no
money.
Okay. do
Is
we
that
want-
the
do we want
lowest?
this-
That is as low as it gets.
Do we
Remember,
want this
we're
guy to
only-
be an all-out loser?
No,
like
he's
this?
not a loser.
Yeah,
He's
he is.
broke.
He's broken. There's no
That's not a
doubt because he's
loser,
living in
man.
Obama's America.
A loser's a guy who doesn't give a shit. He cares more.
He
than
cares.
He doesn't know how to love well, but he cares
He's a
like a
proud
motherfucker.
electrician who has lost his job. And it's hard to find work because there's no
But why does he need a check from her?
Cause believe me, if you're raising a kid and you expect $390 a month, that check,
That's
if you've
important. That's
depended
important,
on it
Eddie.
at all, that check is real important on your baseline, whatever you get.
That's right.
Otherwise, you got to go to your dad to get the money.
That shows you how desperate he is.
And it's short, Jim. It's not a. You don't have to turn him into a
Yeah,
wizard.
no, don't have to make a big deal out of it.
We're just revealing.
Just
little,
toss it. Just toss
and
it
it
out
doesn't
there.
even have to be an all-out fight.
No, just
on
toss
the
it out
phone.
there. I can sure
He
use.
may be embarrassed that he even has to call. You
Let's-
know.
let's say
but
the
what
ex-
we've covered in that conversation is she left him.
The ex-wife
he's
is
broke.
Maybe the ex-wife
and
is.
he needs some money.
Maybe the ex-wife is remarried and has money now.
Whatever. We don't even have to get
But
far
he's
into her.
He's
The less about her, the less chance
he's
we
a
have to get
pissed
a
off
cash.
broke prick.
You know,
He's
we're
not only
actually
broke
doing
money wise,
pretty
he's
good
broke as a
off
man.
this. It's pretty cool. She left. He's broke.
He's broke as a man. Not only just money wise, but broke. He's
Yeah.
broke. He's just a
not
broken.
poor.
Yeah.
He's broke.
He's just a
There's a
broken.
big fucking difference.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we're totally establishing the dad, and he really is. Dad really
Real
is
important.
the centerpiece. Of the
It is
movie.
the fear of the ball.
Because
the
that's
fear
where
of
the
life.
conflict. He's
Right.
in conflict with
Yeah.
grandfather's rationale and calm and patience, and he's in conflict with this innocent boy who he's victimizing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the spine of the movie is boys fear the ball, but
It's the
the
fear of
central,
life.
the central conflict.
That spine is 3 generations long. Well, okay.
Well, by God, there's some popcorn there.
Popcorn. While we're
Thank
talking
you,
about
baby.
movies. Can I put those in the trash can for you?
Well,
I'm good, thank you.
we like evidence.
Huh?
We like evidence. Next
Okay.
morning. You walk out and go, okay. James, you got another beer. You're going to be all right.
No, I'm not there yet.
This is buttery stuff, so napkin.
Thank you,
would
baby.
be-
All right.
So
Look.
it's been established as that.
All-
Together.
All I wanted
Together.
was to pick a scene there. I think we have 2 scenes intermixed. Okay.
Well, this
Eddie-
scene is easy to do
No, I
because
know.
there's no fancy
No,
camera
we're
work
building
involved.
character. Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of editing, believe me. Getting that right.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot more than you think. On the
You're
other
gonna
hand,
establish you shot, and you're gonna have to cut
All
it. Then you're gonna have to.
now let's.
You're gonna
I
focus
always
shot.
see this scene to me, even though we're not going there. When we had at the ranch, we had a trailer. I mean, just a used, wore out hunting trailer.
Right.
I mean, we'd give a fuck or a rat crawl through it. If you didn't care, you're going hunting. Well, we later added another trailer made a U and a big cover, and fucking nasty looking compound. But inside that trailer is where I learned how to play dumb. With Walter Youngman, Jimmy, the whole family. No TVs, no cell phones, nothing. And the first time I ever heard Shoot the Moon was that exact scene with Papa
You remembered it, right?
doing it. And it killed me when you did that. I went, oh my God, I know where to shoot the goddamn scene. I mean, I know where the window is, where Grandma's looking out and the dogwoods
Oh,
are.
that's awesome, man.
You know.
That's fantastic.
But okay, so this other scene here